Hello everybody, happy to meet you in another episode of What the Law Says. In this episode, we are going to look at how someone who is abroad can handle the affairs, can manage the properties here, buy or sell their properties here in India. We have seen now a lot of people have moved abroad due to educational opportunities, marriage, work and several other factors. They have a lot of properties here and they don't know how to go about it. They are worried that every transaction they'll have to come down here, make this transaction and go back. That is not the case. We have what we call as a power of attorney. Someone who has a property here or someone who wishes to buy property here in India, if he is abroad, can execute a power of attorney. A power of attorney is a kind of a special authorization. You authorize your friend or your relative or your blood relative, your son, your wife, your sister, your brother, anybody. You can authorize anybody to execute sale deeds, act on your behalf with regard to a property which is situated in India. You don't have to even come here for executing that power of attorney. If say, for example, you are in a foreign country, you are there in the US or in the UK, you'll have to type out that power of attorney document which will describe you, which will describe the person to whom which you are going to give the power, and which will also going to describe what actions he can perform on your behalf, which will mostly be buy, sell, lease, rent, pay property taxes and take action, defend the property, protect the property in courts of law, all those things, and will also have a description of the property. So this is a simple document which you yourself, anybody can craft this document. Several models are there available online. After preparing this document, say somebody is there in the US, say in Washington DC. So what they can do is, they can take a printout of this document in an A4 sheet and get it attested by a notary public there in the US or in the consulate. They can get it notarized in the consulate at the Indian consulate there and courier that original here. When that original is received here, along with that docket, along with the cover in which it is sent, it has to be produced before the registrar's office where that property is situated. Say for example, there is a property there on the Mount Road. Somebody wants to sell that property. He is there in the US. He can execute the power of attorney, and in the registrar office, for the registrar office where that property is situated, they'll have to go to the power agent who has got the power from the person who is there, has to go to that registrar's office, produce those documents and get it adjudicated. The registrar will verify the signatures, the other documents which has been sent, probably the passport, or if they have a OCI card or a PAN card here, all those documents, Xerox copies of which would have been attested from there and sent here. He will verify all those things and also verify the credentials of the person who is presenting those documents. Then he will say the power of attorney is adjudicated. If the power of attorney is adjudicated, it is as good as a registered power of attorney. With that registered power of attorney, we can do anything. We can buy as though he is here, we can buy the property, sell the property and all those things. But there is another condition. If the power of attorney is 3 months old, if it is more than 3 months since the time of execution, then what they have to get is the principal, that is the person who gave the power, whether he is in the US, UK or any other country, has to get a certificate from the doctor. It's called the certificate of life, which will ensure that the person is still alive, because once the principal dies, the power loses its value. So nobody can execute. The agent cannot execute the power when the principal is no more. So this certificate of life is very important. In the past several decades, there's a lot of forgeries, a lot of misrepresentations have taken place because of this death of the principal. So this certificate of life has now become very important, without which no sale or the power of attorney will not have any value beyond 3 months. These are all the main important aspects one should have in mind while executing a power of attorney. Thank you.